Hey guys, and welcome to this video. It is Luke here. So today's video is the 5 reasons why you should move to Canada. Now today's video isn't to be missed. After yesterday's kind of negative video, I didn't want to leave you with that vibe. So I wanted to film this video and get this video out there as quick as possible, just so people don't think I'm totally one-sided. If you haven't done so already, guys, you know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, do all those things, really helps me out. Please and thank you. Number 1, guys, it is no joke that Canada has so much space. I mean, Canada is literally the 2nd largest country in the world. The only country bigger is Russia. And isn't it funny that the 2 biggest countries in the world both have a communist dictatorship? Canada is literally the ultimate place to experience wilderness and backcountry pictures like this. It is just a phenomenal place. There is a slice of everything for everybody. And nature isn't just confined to outside of the cities. There are many cities like Calgary, Toronto, Edmonton, list goes on, which just have beautiful parks and amazing open spaces. Coming from England to Canada was really a shock. In England, the population density is 280 people per square kilometre. Now just think about that for a second. Imagine how many people that is living within just 1 small square kilometre. So now try and think of how many people live in Canada per square kilometre. Here in Canada, this will just baffle you, it's 4 people. 4 people per square kilometre. It is just mind-blowing. But in all seriousness, if you like space and you like social distancing, then here in Canada with that 4 people per square kilometre, you can definitely keep 250 meters apart, guys. Number 2 is nature and wildlife. Probably one of my favorite, easily enough. Nature and wildlife is everywhere. It's not just out in the wilderness either. I see wildlife all over the city. It's often I go on walks and stuff and I'll see deer, I'll see snowshoe hares, you'll see squirrels, you'll see every types of wildlife. Even in some of my videos, the wildlife have just joined in with the video, like the red squirrels in the 4 years video. And when you're out in the mountains, expect to encounter cougars, deer, moose, black bears, grizzly bears, and the list just goes on and on. But the fact is, if you're out there in the backcountry on the trails, you're more than likely going to experience a close encounter with one of them at some stage. With so many provincial parks and national parks that Canada manages to keep so well, there is really so much that Canada has to offer in every single province. And it really is just a beautiful place, and there's no province that doesn't win when it comes to beauty and nature. It is just absolutely everywhere here in Canada. Number 3, guys, is summers in Canada. They are pretty damn awesome. And they better be, to be honest, because with a long winter, you need a summer that justifies staying here. Otherwise, it's not really going to be the prettiest place. I've lived through those long, warm summers in humid Ontario, and I love them, to be honest. And I've also lived here in Calgary through the dry, arid type summers that we get here, which are a little cooler but are just as equally as beautiful. It doesn't matter where you live in Canada. The fact is that summer will be took advantage of. Canadians, they really do know how to go to town when it comes to summer, and they take advantage of summer because it is so short. So that means there is absolutely tons of activities to do. Everything from quad biking to jet skiing to boating. Canada has tons of summer activities to offer, and it really is like the best time of year in Canada. And when we eventually move away from Canada, I can assure you that we'll be back for the summers, although we won't miss those winters. Number 4, guys, is scenery. So for this one, I really just thought I'd show you a slide. So sit back, relax, take 20 seconds and just see the beauty for yourself. I'm not even going to explain any points on this. Let the photos do the talking. Let's go. Number 5, guys, and the final one. How could I honestly miss this off? It is the cliche. It is the Canadian people. Now, I'm not saying everybody is nice in Canada, because that is not true at all. I've met plenty of assholes. But here's the thing, on the whole, when you're out and about, Canadians are really nice, they're genuinely polite, and they will help you if you ever have problems or stuff like that. I can believe it, but when I was in Toronto, and I think I'd been there maybe 10 months or something like that, and it was icy on the pavement and I slipped over, and this was downtown Toronto when people are walking all over the place, but people still stopped to ask if I was okay, and I was kind of took back by that. There was 3 or 4 people that were like, you okay, you okay? And I was like, fine. I kind of felt like an idiot, like you kind of do. It was just amazing that that happens, because there's been times where like literally somebody smashed into my car in England, and there was loads of people just watching, stood around, and not only did nobody come over and ask if either of us were okay, but I went over to them and asked if they would be a witness, and they said no. And this is just the type of people that you get in England. And I'm not saying everybody is horrible in England, because they're not. There is some really nice, beautiful people in England, and it varies a lot depending on which part of England you're also in. But I'm just saying that it's more everybody for yourself, and there is that kind of culture and mentality here, don't get me wrong. I do find that in certain situations, Canadians are just very polite, and their manners are very good, and the way they handle themselves is also very good. I mean, I'll tell you a story. I guess I was born to be Canadian, you could say, but one time we were traveling along the M25, which is like the ring road that goes around London, if you don't know it. And there was an old guy who was stopped on the hard shoulder, and M25 is a very, very busy motorway, and basically there was cars flying past. I could see him quite the distance away, and he was waving. He was trying to get people to stop. Now, this was an elderly guy. He had an old car, and what I did was, because I went past and then I pulled up the hard shoulder and I went and spoke to him, and he didn't have a phone, and he was just trying to flag somebody down so that he could call somebody. So I ended up calling the highway services and everything and getting them there. But what really shocked me was that there was so much traffic going past that guy. He was trying to flag people down. Yes, it was raining, but nobody stopped. And I was just like, this guy does not look like a scam artist. The guy looked probably in his mid-80s, if not 90s. That's why he didn't have a phone. But yeah, it just goes to show, like, I was born to be Canadian, because in those types of situations, people help each other all the time. Like, we live on a hill. The city plowing in Calgary is non-existent, so people get stuck on that hill all the time in our neighborhood, and everyone bands together and they'll push the car and they'll get the people free. They'll help them dig them out. Like, people aren't just gonna leave you stranded out there and laugh at you. And I do find it that does happen a lot in England, that people are kind of just, they want to just stand there with their phone video recording it, but they don't want to go in and actually help that person. So anyway, guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please smash that like button and subscribe to this channel. There's going to be more great content coming your way, guys, so please stay tuned, and I will see you in the next video. Peace and love, guys. Bye now.